Around 1644, China got into the last dynasty, Qing dynasty. In Qing dynasty, architecture is well designed and developed. Even today, we can see many evidence. For example, in Beijing, there's Empress Palace. In Shanxi, there's lots of big courtyard, residential style in Qing style. Welcome to Travelogue. I'm Chen Lei. In this episode, I'm going to take you to Shanxi to take a look at the big courtyard in Qing dynasty style. In China, courtyards, it's a typical culture, also represent all times. A typical courtyard will have two parts. In the front for receiving guests, in the back for bedrooms. And in Qing and Ming dynasty, courtyard quite popular in China. A courtyard is a square, just like this compartment, have 4 walls, 1 gate. Once you get in, you consider part of the family. During the Ming and Qing dynasties, there are many wealthy businessmen built large mansions on the fertile land of Shanxi province. The architecture works that embody the dreams of a family have become a great cultural legacy for contemporaries. Wang's Grand Courtyard is an example in handing down the 5,000 years old Chinese civilizations and a masterpiece of Chinese civil residence architecture of Qing dynasty. With a total area of up to 150,000 square meters, ranks in the provincial level cultural relict protection. Wang's Grand Courtyard is situated in Linshi County at the south edge of Jinzhong Basin of Shanxi Province. The family started in Jinsheng Town, which is only 12 kilometers east of Linshi County. That takes Mianshan Mountain as a screen in the east, looks over Fenhe River in the west. Doors and gates are very important elements in traditional Chinese houses, no exception for Wang's Grand Courtyard. For example, this is a side door for the private school, and Wang will send the children to study here. This door is built by 4 large limestones and carved with bamboo. On the bottom, those are bamboo roots. It represents study, you have to have solid foundation. You see on the top, the 4 little lucky birds. That means when the children get better scores, and the birds will come over, deliver the happy news. So 4 limestone, bamboo, all this design means a lot of things for the study. Quite a lot, just design this. The great momentum and complete functions basically inherit the courtyard style of house. In addition, the carvings on brick, wood, and stone have a great originality with their elegant decorations, unified practicability, and impressive appearance. It ranks in an extremely high cultural grade of Chinese residential designs. Walking into one's courtyard seems like walking into a museum. Everywhere you look, every corner you turn to is a piece of art. Every piece of carving or statue or figure means something. Either means the tradition of one's family, or the culture back in the Qing dynasty, or the social status of Mr. Wang. The monkey stands for something I don't know, but it looks good.
The Gaojiaya architectural complex have been built by the brothers of Wang Ruchong and Wang Rucheng, the Wang's 17th generation within the period of Qing dynasty from 1796 to 1811.
Here is the second part of the courtyard, which is the family living room. The master bedroom is main hall. On top of it is a prayer room, pray for the ancestors. The second floor leaving only for the girls, which means for the daughters of the family. Since girls living second floor could not access the outside world, so all the activities happens right here. As one interesting is also is a tradition. Girls looking for her lover has to throw a silk embroidered ball to the person. Whoever gets the ball, the lucky man, will ends up marry the girl. This is the legendary silk embroidered balls which the girl will throw to her lover. But try to imagine this. One's family has a beautiful girl, then there comes 100 men come here try to receive this ball. How can she make sure to throw the right guy? This must be wrong. Even if it's an accident, catch the ball is a burden. Deny a wedding is capital penalty. I didn't know I have to work here all my life being a laborer without a marriage.
The two architectural complexes of Gaojiaya and Red Gate Fort are confronting each other in the east-west direction. It also connected to each other through a well-protected bridge on the hill. The two compounds have the general characteristics of relying on mountains and complying with the terrain in layer upon layers. Wang's family has experienced 27 generations for more than 680 years.
Wang's family had been working for 54 years to build his huge mansion. In the meantime, he built this great wall to protect the family. I guess when you have that much money, safety is always an issue. Where's my money? Wow, over there, no protection at all.
The buildings and gardens are well arranged, adapting themselves for the geographical conditions, having magnificent manner and completed functions. inheriting the courtyard style formed in the Western Zhou dynasty.
So for Wang's courtyard has been built for a few decades. Everything is step by step from very beginning. And two is very simple. It's nothing, actually it's not that much different than they use today. So they always have to fix it. It's like non-stop work. Back the old time, there were many rules, regulations to build a courtyard. Even you have lots of money like Mr. Wang's, you have to follow the rules. For example, the column. Regular family cannot use red color. That's for the emperor only. So that's why all the column you see in Wang's house is all black. This part is one of the very earliest Wang's grand courtyards. It's built in the time between Ming Dynasty and Qing Dynasty. And from the style we can tell, especially for the window frame and the door frame, it's quite simple. It's actually a lot simpler than Qing Dynasty. If you put it together, you can tell the time period. And here, even the poles and the stone, all the carvings, it's beautiful, but it's quite simple. Lots of straight lines.
Wang's courtyard perfectly satisfies the requirements of the three architectural elements: the practicality, stability, and elegant form. But more importantly also in that it represents novelty in the ranges from cultural implication to social skill. The three huge architectural complexes of Gaojiaya, Red Gate Fort, and Ancestral Temple now open up as Chinese civil residence art house. It was set up in the periods of Qing Dynasty with a sum area of 45,000 square meters. It's covering 123 large and small compounds with 1,118 rooms.
This is the last part of the courtyard. It's very private. Since the master living here, that's master's bedroom. This on the right-hand side, that's for the first wife. Left-hand side is the second wife. So here is only family members can access.
Wang's family entered a time of great prosperity in the period of Emperor Kangxi, Qianlong, and Jiaqing were in positions from 1722 to 1796, when it went in for large-scale construction, build residences, ancestral halls, and a graveyard. In such period, there are 12 persons from Wang's family who held offices as fifth to second rank officials in the government. Since the 18th century, Wang's family gradually declined, and the reason for it lay in that, in addition to the social, political, economic, and other objective factors, its descendants did not try to make a good showing and get extravagant day by day. They cast away the fine moral characters handed down from their ancestors. Qiao's family is located 12 kilometers northeast of Qiaojiabao village. It's only 50 kilometers from the capital city Taiyuan of Shanxi province. The perfect blending of the mansion's practical functions and artistic designs shows Asian architects' superb techniques in creating complex art on a simple plan. Both the entire composition of the mansions and the designs of the details shows the glamour of Chinese residential house culture. Today, everything of the mansions may be a masterpiece of the private residential culture in northern China. It symbolizes an excitement of the memory of a nation about its rich history and glorious civilization. Each of the engravings in the mansion is a fantastic artwork and contains a touching story or a life philosophy.
One of the Chinese famous film director, Zhang Yimou, made a good film in this courtyard. And at one scene, he lit up the red lanterns just like this. From that point on, he also lit up the Chinese tourist business in this location. When the lanterns up, thousands of tourists come over here to visit. It looks great, isn't it?
Whoops! What did I do?
Qiao's family occupies more than 8,000 square meters of land.
There are a total of 313 rooms. On top of every room, all the roofs are connected. For the reason, security. So from this point, now I'm on the top of the roof. I can overlook every corner of this whole courtyard. Excuse me? Something happened? Oh, some tourists are smoking? Alright, I go get them. Most mansions integrate natural landscape with artificial buildings and represents a philosophy of respecting nature and combining the heaven and man. It features strict structures, an exquisite layout, a convergent manner, and a free and easy style. Noble but no overbearing, magnificent but no volatile. The mansions bear wisdom and moral standards and represent the feudal culture and thoughts as an integration of commerce, culture, and officialdom. The ancient Chinese people pursued poetic charming while building gardens and stressed geomantic quality and rites while creating mansions. Some large families, such as Chang's family, built both gardens and mansions. However, such independent structures, the gardens and mansions, were all built according to their respective rules. Chang's family emphasized library more than any other functions. It shows not only the respect to study, but the foundation of a family background. Shanxi Province is reputed to be the treasure house of Chinese Asian architecture. 106 family compounds dating before the Song dynasty from 960 to 1279 have been found here, accounting for 70% of the nation's wood-structured buildings of the same age.
Imperial dynasty in China started Xia dynasty in 2100 BC, and the last one, the Qing dynasty, ended 1911. It went through about 4,000 years. Our program Travelogue focused on few dynasty, produced 14 episodes. Just give you a quick look of Chinese history. However, this is the end. And the Qing dynasty is also the end of a culture and history series. Thanks for watching. If you want to know more about China history and culture, watch more Travelogue. Stay tuned. Bye-bye.